that you are earning more money does not mean that you are getting richer. I'll say that again. Because many of us want to be able to just get more money, but I'll tell you this for free. The fact that you are earning more money is not a guarantee or proof that you are getting richer. That's why you need to find out your net worth, not your worth now, but the net. Talk about how to build our network uh, so we can grow our net worth. The ultimate thing is you want to be able to build your net worth. Now, your net worth is a basic indicator of your financial state. The fact that you are earning more money does not mean that you are getting richer. I'll say that again. Because many of us want to be able to just get more money, but I'll tell you this for free. The fact that you are earning more money is not a guarantee or proof that you are getting richer. That's why you need to find out your net worth, not your worth now, but the net. And you get the net after you subtract some things from the gross, right? Exactly. It is net because it is the value that is left after you deduct what you owe. That is your liabilities from what you own. And those are your assets. Okay? So when you buy, you acquire assets, right? So you want to know your net worth, your value in in figures, in clear data. Add up the value of everything you own. That's your net, that's your worth, your gross. But then if you're owing money on your home, owing money on your credit card, owing your money for whatever it is, deduct everything you owe from what you own. That's your net worth. Your net worth should be increasing, isn't it? Your net worth should be increasing with time. To build your net worth, acquiring assets has to be high on your priorities. Acquiring assets has to be high on your priorities. So honestly, the fact that you're spending money does not mean that you're acquiring assets. I'm sure you agree with me on that. There are many things we spend money on that we can't hold. We can't hold. We spend the money. So we've got to be deliberate, therefore. We've got to be deliberate to ensure that as we earn money, as we get inflows, that we are acquiring assets. And that asset acquisition is actually high on our priority. It's not like we're waiting until after we have spent all the money, bought the things we want to buy, then whatever is left, then we can use that to buy something. That doesn't work. That won't cut it. Acquiring assets is part of the discussion in rich families, but not in most poor families. Poor families focus more on liabilities, and we put a lot of money on depreciating assets. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because most people are born into low-income families. I'll say that again because it's the truth. Most people are born into low-income families. So most people don't realize that being rich and being poor are just a function of our assets. That the major function, of our mindset, and that the major difference between the rich person and the poor person is just simply the way they think. At the fundamental level, the rich person believes that he or she is rich, and the poor person believes that he or she is rich. Honestly, I like to take out the word believe. I want to replace it. The rich person knows that he or she is rich, and they act out of it. The poor person knows that they are poor. Listen to their words, the way they classify themselves. Honestly, I'm talking about myself the way I used to be, okay? We the masses, we poor people, the common man in this country, and you're referring to yourself. So I'm just saying that in the major discussions, the families that we evolve from, poor people, rich people generally will be discussing about investment in this business, investment in that, and you don't need a special class. As a child, you actually pick up on those discussions, okay? It's the houses, they own here, the business, what they want to buy, that they want to resell, and things like that. Most poor families is struggling, to catch up, struggling to pay the bills, and that's why I'm calling our attention to this. I'm calling our attention to this. That if you're going to increase your network, increase your value with time, you're going to have to prioritize the acquisition of assets. And when we say assets, they are in different categories. Because unfortunately, when the poor want to acquire assets, they acquire depreciating assets. Because when you've been deprived of basic things, honestly, those things assume a disproportionate value to you, honestly. And you want to quickly get those things that will quickly indicate to you and to others that your situation has changed. So that's what we put massive premium on cars. I'll tell you that. Massive premium on cars. I used to. Okay? The only thing I've come to discover later is that the car, is a depreciating asset. In other words, from the moment you buy it, the value begins to go down. It's not the same thing as a piece of land or a building. Okay? So, depreciating assets are definitely assets, but time does not increase their value. Rather, time reduces their value. Depreciating assets include cars, clothes, household equipment, and so on. I'm not saying it's wrong to buy cars or clothes. They're basic needs. I'm just simply saying at the point at which you have to make choices and you have to prioritize, more of the money needs to go to some places than to some other places, right? Exactly. I read The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko many years ago. I was surprised when they said that most millionaires in America don't buy new cars. And honestly, I know one or two of them. Woo! This is data. They found out only 23.5% buy their cars new. And that, okay, we're not saying buying a new car will now make you broke when you're rich. No. We're just talking about priorities. Remember what I said. We always have to make choices. We always have to make decisions. So when poor people see rich people do like that, fringe on, spending money on some things, they say, he's stingy, she's stingy. Okay, they don't even spend money on themselves. It's not true. They spend money. But they usually don't spend most of their money on what will not give them the money back with interest. That's the difference. Okay? When you drive a brand new car out of the dealership, the price crashes. It's amazing. Okay? Now, some buy new cars because honestly, nobody will tell you that because you want to build wealth, you should not enjoy yourself. You should not enjoy life. You should not do the things that give you joy. This is important because you can invest and build all the assets and then you're gone, and then somebody else will eat the money. What do you want about that? So, however, you just bear these things in mind. Just basic principles, bear them in mind. I happen to fall into the category of those that like to buy new cars. However, when I buy that new car, then I want to use it for 7 to 10 years. Okay? Because it's not going to be breaking down the road, giving me any hassles. So use it for a long time, make sure it's properly maintained. I then take my mind off cars and face other things, assets. Okay?